There we go. We live.
Okay, good afternoon, good afternoon.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? What's going on? I'm back.
Yes, he's back again.
Late.
Life happens. So we I know the last week we talked about, was it a cheating game?
Yeah, the cheating game we talked about last week.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. We're still trying to.
I actually got the video to upload inside of my Google Drive, so I'll send it to you, the edit version for YouTube.
Okay, we get trying to he's been up late last night trying to get the last video uploaded to YouTube. Been having some problems with YouTube. But we will get it going. As y'all know, we're going to be talking about Daddy's Girl or Shadow's Missing Link. Again, like we said, we have Legacy City, Cedric Bellamy here from Street Legion,
Yeah.
Nation Radio.
Yeah, what's going on? What's happening, everybody?
How's the radio station going?
It's going well, man. We got artists all the way out of Zimbabwe, Africa,
Oh, wow.
submitting and talking about it. So it's spreading. Like I said, we're gonna continue building for the independent artists. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about at the end of the
Okay,
day.
yeah, I was watching y'all last time. It was you and three other men.
Yeah. So that's actually Street Legend Nation podcast. We was actually in another area because two other podcast rooms inside of the studio. So we decided to take it to the radio station side of the studio and do it
Okay.
there. So we got this round table we're gonna be at soon. We're gonna call it King Arthur, the round table.
Okay.
Kings eat together. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah,
what
y'all check that out. Tell them where they can.
every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. We're gonna push it up to 8:30 p.m. 20:30 for the military. Go to Street Legend, STREETLIGION, Street Legend. Everybody be like Street Legion. No,
Yeah, I know you had to correct me
yeah,
on it because I'm
Street
like, okay.
Legend. Yeah.
But y'all was really good. I have to give the props to y'all. I watched the show all the way through.
Yeah, definitely,
Very interesting. Y'all touched on a lot of good points.
definitely.
I mean, it was some points where it was very emotional.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we all fathers, of women. We have own car,
Good.
own house, own credit, own money, own career. You know what I'm saying? But on top of that, though, we all have daughters too. So
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying. So we just represent a different insight on black men. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
this is what independent strong black man look like.
And I mean, I really appreciated that because the point that you touched on, especially talking about daughters, you talked about other things, y'all big comedy section.
Yo, like we have
You
our
were sweating.
yo. They had me laughing in there. They all crazy, man. They all crazy, but um. We're brotherhood, like not only just on there though. We got a group message where we check on each other throughout the week and stuff of that
Okay,
nature.
a lot of
So
love there.
there's a lot of love there, and everything is genuine. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I never thought if me having a vision that would pull other people, my peers, to support and push a vision and
Right.
understand where I'm coming from. For is like you know what I'm saying, being young, being black, being responsible. Yeah, we
Exactly.
have mistakes as men, but we stand for something.
Right.
Like we had one episode where we was talking about just because we disagree with the homosexuality
Mhm.
community doesn't mean we're gay bashing. I just don't agree.
Yeah, everybody's entitled to their opinion
Yeah,
and their preference.
but as soon as you disagree, oh, you gay bashing,
Mhm.
or you have a phobia. Like, listen to me. Playing, I didn't dance with snakes. Had me
Yeah.
been dumped in a pool full of alligators, shark diving. Well, I don't have any phobias.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I
Well,
don't
I
fear
do
nothing.
because
You know
my
what I'm
worst
saying?
fear is snakes.
You gotta get over that. You
Which
gotta get
when we
over.
was in the backyard and the kids were tripping out on me because I was actually trying to plant some aloe vera. And right when I tried to cover it with dirt, there was a snake that came out and I just started screaming at the same time I was screaming. I'm hitting it with the shovel and everything. And they're like, Mom, it's just a grass snake. I don't care.
It's funny.
A snake is a snake. That's my only fear.
It's funny, like the snake is the only creature that people of all color will go back and kill. You on the
Hmm.
street, you drive past a snake, there people will back
Back
up
up and
and
run
run
over
over
'em.
it and make sure it's down. Like, man, poor snake, man.
Yeah, because
Poor
I
snake.
remember my dad, he did that. But what he did is living in the field in the
Yeah.
military, he actually took the rattlesnake and brought it home. And I didn't know,
Uh huh.
but he cooked it up and he fed it to me.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna admit, it was good. The
Yeah.
rattlesnake was good.
I had a homeboy named DeJohn like that. He used to out order exotic meats when we used to have fight nights in Hawaii, and I had snake rat things of that
Right.
nature. But overall, like I appreciate you letting even talk about the show on your platform. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's simply Street Legend Nation podcast.
Okay.
It just four guys just talk. We talk about everything from
Right.
our daughters. And this ain't the first time we talked about our daughters and
Mhm.
just being family, man, or the single life or careers aspects
And
of living.
women also. I like the
Women.
way y'all supporting the female
Oh,
artists.
definitely. We definitely have to support just the females in general. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because I mean, it's a lot of lackluster support.
Right.
You know, saying it open, you ain't really giving society attention like you want to until
Exactly.
you get in their courtrooms and take over. You know what I'm saying? Now they mad.
Yeah. But I
you
mean,
know?
I enjoyed it. You even had a part where you played some music.
Oh yes,
I
definitely.
really enjoyed that.
So that part is just to show the artists, like, cause we bought all the license for everything. We
Right.
got all the license, so even when we play it on our podcast, you getting paid for it.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's just like stop looking for the record label. You know, it ain't no more.
Because I actually was looking for like Facebook to like cut it off or,
Nah.
but I mean, y'all kept on going all the way through.
Yeah, it's all about you got to take it. You got to take. There's been like a year of some change in the making.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the year changes, making sure you got the change to pay for it. So
Yeah.
saving and making sure when we come out right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we devastate the podcast world. You
Yeah.
know
Well,
what I'm
watching your podcast, it let me know that I had the right person for today.
saying? Definitely appreciate you.
I mean, you talked about the little girl that was on the Facebook.
Yo, we all got emotional. You
All
saw
of us, I was up there, y'all was
I
crying.
was like,
I was like, I mean, I remember that video, but I also last night shot you a screenshot.
the love that she's getting, man. You
Yes.
know, and there we go. Like we talked about it on the show as well. And this is not plugging the show in, just the topics up here. And we didn't even mean to go there. I just
Right.
wanted to talk about that situation. But
Right.
since everybody has daughters,
Right.
it kind of sucked everybody in. So it's just like you look at the '90s, man. It always light skin versus dark skin.
Mhm.
Gina was the pretty girl. Pam was the one that they go back and forth with Martin with that.
Right.
So further that you got Fred Sanford and Esther. And a lot of people don't know she's a beautiful woman.
Oh, I
Yep.
seen her pictures when she was younger.
She
oh.
just playing a character.
She
Like
was
even when
gorgeous.
she take out the makeup and stuff at her age,
Mhm.
she still was a fox. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But that color, the underlining of the color thing, and you make that you villainize
Right.
dark skin shaming.
Exactly.
Meg the Stallion style women haven't been in style and for what the last decade, if that.
Mhm.
You know they wanted women built like iPhones in their video, cute face,
Exactly.
surfboard body. So
And see, that's why some of the women are kind of like trying to readjust their bodies, or
yeah.
they be on Facebook trying to do these filters instead of just being happy and comfortable in their own skin.
Changes because we keep going towards what the media want. You can't let the
Exactly.
television.
Exactly.
You can't do that. So like you was too thick.
Mhm.
Now you're doing silicones to get your butt back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we even talked about blackfishing, where you a white girl show a before shot of her, then
Uh-huh.
she transforms herself into a black girl.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You know what I'm saying? But the problem is, as black men, and this is not bashing us by far, because there's a lot of
Mhm.
people out there that's doing a lot of self hate. Black man ain't this.
Yeah.
Black man ain't that. This
There's
and
self hate on both ends, the way I see it. Women are bashing the black men. The black men are, bashing the black women. So we got to learn how to love one another.
I think more or less it's two sides to it. One systematically set up.
Yeah.
Reagan did put the dope into the community, took the trades out the school. Now you don't got no job. They did the if anything you know about people that worked in politics before they become
Mhm.
big presidents and mayors, they signed things to send carve companies overseas and shutting down jobs, right?
Mhm.
So when you put dope in the community, all right,
Yeah.
and the black man go out there, or that urban community they call us urban, they go in there, you're gonna lock me up for the same product you put in my neighborhoods.
Exactly.
Which you put the product in my neighborhood to start a war with another country. You're looking for a reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and when they get out of the way, now it's like you're taking out a black man out of the homes, and you empowering. And that's when I say this, I mean with the utmost respect. You empower the black women in a way where it's like I'm gonna give you the jobs, the colleges, the stuff where you don't need a man.
Right.
So here it comes when you come back with those who are raised by their fathers, know how to treat a woman, et cetera, come in, you don't know how to accept that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, don't shoot me down every time I give you a compliment. I'm established. I don't
Exactly.
need anything from you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's how society makes it. But now it's been decades How much longer we gonna blame the system? What's your wrecking yourself?
And,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and I mean, it's really important that we learn to love ourselves and stop looking for other people's acceptance.
Okay, let me turn it. I got somebody said turn the mics up. Turn the mics up. Let's turn the mics up.
Okay.
Turn the mics up. All right.
I'm going to say thank you for tuning in.
Ray Sorrell, can you hear me now? You know Ray Sorrell watching. Shouts out to
That's
him.
my big brother.
Shouts out to him.
Hey.
He launched this radio station. Can't get right. I'm just plugging people in on your part. I'm
I'm
sorry.
hoping to get him down here. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of nervous.
No, don't be nervous.
But
you gonna get.
I do want him here.
You gonna get some ratings with Ray on your show. Let me
I
tell
know
you.
that much.
You
I
probably,
know that much.
You probably your ratings probably blow mine out the water, Ray.
Yeah, but Ray know how to shut things down. He's real. He's got a love, but he know how to shut everybody.
Ray Sorrell is me when I'm Ray Sorrell's age. Like if Ray Sorrell had like the knowledge that I have now, like learning the radio station and stuff like that. That's what I mean by that. Not life experience, but like the tech savvy I am now.
Right.
He'll be he'll be a trailblazer for a lot of people.
Right.
It just, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember being 17, talking like him, and I was villainized.
Right.
But now that I'm 35, it's like, oh, he makes sense. I've been saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but it's just like one time he said on his show, because he also had Ray Sorrell show, Can't Get Right.
The Can't Get
real
Right show.
Good show, real good.
Always.
I mean, he expressed, if you would just listen, I'm not going to apologize for what I say.
I'm sorry your feelings are hurt, but I'm not sorry for my stance.
But I'm going to tell you the truth, because if you read between the lines, he's actually trying to help you. He's trying to educate you.
I'm gonna tell you, it was 3 people that. First, Adrian House. She was the first person that paid me a full check for my 1,000 plus. Then came to where I helped Ray, and I was mad at myself with his work. Second person, like, said the price. The price I said, he was like, "Nah, how about I give you this for all this? Because they're gonna come back around."
Right.
So with that being said, it was like undermining myself. It's not their fault, but trying to crack in the system and trying to be this and compromise or whatever.
Right.
Then people won't pay you, but they'll go pay the next person double the fold and steal your blueprints and stuff. So them 2 actually instilled in me were like, bro, they ain't paying for your equipment. They paying for the knowledge that you. So I definitely appreciate, you know what I'm saying, Ray, and he forever. Thank you. I'm like, bro, I'm learning from you as well.
I don't know. I guess me and Ray is on a different level, because when I see him, it's like that big brother.
Yeah.
And I just want to hug him. It's like we ain't seen each other in a long time.
Yeah, definitely. He speaks highly of you. He definitely speak highly of you like all the time.
Yeah,
you know
and when I say I love him to death, I love him to death, because he's always had my back. He's always looked out for me. And it was sometimes I'd be sitting there pounding like, but he's telling me is to help me.
Now, he told me the truth the other day. I was hot at him and my president. You know, when the old boy got on the on the comment section, and I fired off on him. She hit me up. She's like, you got these contracts now. You can't retaliate like that.
Yes.
Woot the woot. I was hot. I'm like, yo, we take it up for everybody else. Lying. Joe was in my feelings. I called Ray. I was like, yeah, my president. Boom. He like, nephew, she right though. I was like, man, look.
And that's what I like about him. He's not going to take sides.
No,
because he's for you. If he wasn't for you, then he'll get on your side when you're wrong.
Yeah, they tuned me up pretty good. And I'm like, first of all, I'm Legacy City.
No, he'll tell you a minute. No, let me knock you down for a minute.
Yeah, they both of them tuned me up. So shouts out to Zetra, shouts out to Ray Sorrell. They tuned me up.
We have much love for Ray.
Yeah, they tuned me up good.
Yeah.
I was not happy. I had to swallow all that.
Yeah, it's hard to swallow the truth, but when you sit back and you calm down and you get off your pride, which I know with me, it's like, oh, he's just trying to hurt my feelings. He don't want to see me succeed. But when you sit back and look at it, he actually loves people.
Well, he does. He just
he just want to help you and see you get beyond.
He a whole gangster, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's just him.
And sometimes you can't do nothing but sit back and laugh because you like, that's Ray.
Yeah, that's Ray. That's Ray. Eat it. Yeah, take it.
Well, we're going to get on this subject about Daddy's Girl.
Let's talk about it.
A Shadow's Missing Link.
Let's talk about it.
Which, you know, I'm glad about the part with you with the little girl from Facebook post. But there's an old saying, their father. In your own opinion, can you tell us what does that mean to you?
Girls of their fathers? Because the father's the first male role model they see.
Exactly.
They the first role model that they see. You know what I'm saying? So, you don't want, like, I want my daughters to be like, you know, the old Cedric, the more mature, you know what I'm saying. Then she got a little sister as well, as well. So Maya, love her to death, just like mine. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the role model I want them to see is a hardworking man, a person that respects them,
Mm.
respects moms, respect their mothers, and different things of that nature because that's what you look. And I'm teaching you. You got to teach them the value.
Right.
You know what I'm saying themselves, and they see the value, how you value whether you're with their mothers or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now I always tell my bros, you don't have to be that husband or that boyfriend to be a great father. That relationship don't have nothing to
Exactly.
do
Exactly.
with you being a father. You know what I'm saying? And so you want them to find somebody that you set the standards for. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That
Right.
is not gonna take, oh, you're beautiful to get your clothes off, or here's the keys to a car to get your clothes off, et cetera, et cetera. Because a those things, and you know what I'm saying. Go those do those things, or go on daughter daddy dates, or go on, even
Right.
though my Melanie don't pay attention to nothing. She's being her own world, but the principle of her being there and me speaking life into her. So these things that she needs to know that a man should be speaking life into her, and you know, most men, I hold you down. That's the problem. You need to build them up. So you know what I mean. So just the fact that being the first role, are you gonna be perfect? No, because it don't come with a manuscript. You know what I'm saying. But however, you try to set the standard and bar for what I'm saying your daughters. Therefore,
Right.
when they go out and get a husband, they're not expecting their husband or boyfriend to play daddy and boyfriend husband, because
Exactly.
a husband's job is not to be your daddy.
No.
So that's what that means to me. They want you got to set that tone and set that bar extremely high. And
Right.
I'm not being biased or whatever, but especially for a black woman to
Mm-hmm.
be. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, even when you do certain things right, you still gonna get criticized.
Exactly.
Even when you have the same credentials, same stats, more degrees than thermometers, you still gonna have to work hard.
Right.
Now they nitpick you from getting a job.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
In the
Even
military,
staying in school.
you know what I'm saying? So even in the military, when they was used to measure black women waist and stuff,
Yeah.
like they built different. You got to change that rule a little bit. You
Exactly.
can't. You know how many women then got kicked out the military because their hips are too big? You
Oh
can't
yeah.
do nothing
They
about
can't
that.
help that.
You know,
Yeah.
they was
If I don't see some of y'all comments, I don't know why on my phone I'm not seeing comments, but I do thank y'all for tuning in.
definitely.
So,
I told you I'm gonna get you a TV. You can sit it right there, and that way you can.
yes, yes, because I'm seeing some people on here, but
I want to make
on
sure we
my
get to.
phone. So after the show, I will respond to your comments. It's just right now I can't see them. I don't know why my phone
Hey
is
yo,
just saying
please
Cedric.
please start a watch party as well. Help her get her traffic up. If you're a friend of the page, invite all your friends to like the Unspoken Heart page as well to get those traction
Yes.
up. So this is how that's how you build and get more discussion.
Yeah, and please be patient. We will eventually get things loaded up to YouTube.
I got it. I got the first video. I got the first. I just got to give it to you so you can download it to the
All right, all
laptop.
right. Okay, from what I've seen, it appears that the girls tend to melt or weaken the hearts of their dads, but the dads tend to be harder or stricter on the boys. Why do you think that is?
You think the dads are harder on their boys?
Yes.
Ooh, well, I'm a
You,
girl's dad. Well, I actually wanted a girl. I
uh-huh.
was come back my whole life.
Right.
So my interior is like, what I'm saying, was just hard. And I know I'll push my sons to, I need you to do this, because especially in the day and age
Hmm.
that we at, what I'm saying, have teenage Malachi, and although he's not mine, I try to teach him certain things
Right.
too, and let him know, like, you as a man, there's certain things you can't do.
Exactly.
I know what TV shows you. I know what society shows you. I know what things have, but you don't have those privileges.
Right.
And
Right.
those are type of talks that I have.
Hmm.
And a lot of the times, as black fathers,
Hmm.
we're not taught to optimize opportunity. We are taught to survive in the moment,
Exactly.
and that's a different from a lot of coaches. Don't
Hmm.
Um, white fathers are not saying 3 and 9. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Make sure you make it home before you get shot.
Right.
We don't have those type of ordeals. At 14, 15, a lot of young black males are trying to learn how to get a job. We're trying to break them away from the culture of shoes and this. While another 14-year-old white male, Latino male, or not
Mm-hmm.
even I'm gonna just say Latino down guns,
Yes.
et cetera, et cetera. And these are everyday life things that they're going through. So the teaching is different.
Mm-hmm.
And the perspective of, I read a book called Poor Man, Rich Man, Dad, Poor Man, Dad, Rich Man, Dad. The
Right.
perspective of how they teach their kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So harder as I think more or less being hard on because we know it's gonna be things in life that we can't protect you from as a man.
Exactly.
Though you already got two strikes against you already before you
Right.
even get
Right.
in the world. So I need you to understand that my love is not to break you down and harden you, but just to prepare you and equip you with certain things. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And for as females, they melt they melt their daughter's heart. Like
Mm-hmm.
they get me. They got their ways,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I still try to instill, what I'm saying, that strength in them. Like, hey,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. You don't need to don't be spreading your legs. You don't
Right.
like when
Right.
people like, oh, she got a little boyfriend. No, she don't. She's 5. Don't play with me. You ain't gonna make this a me and you situation.
Yeah, that sound
You
like
know,
me with my sons.
like no, don't do that. They kids. Let them be kids.
Exactly.
We force.
Growing them up too
Yes,
fast.
exactly. So we put kids in adult situations, but
Mm-hmm.
don't equip them to deal with adult consequences.
Yeah,
You
especially
know what
like
I'm
when
saying?
you see on the videos where you see some of the little girls are being made to dance, like sexual, like like
Yeah,
the adults,
yeah.
dressing them like the adults, instead of allowing them to be little girls. The stuff is not cute to
It's
me.
not it's not cute, and like it bothers me. She can twerk before she know how to spell her name.
Or
You
say
know
our
what I'm
ABC.
saying? Say stuff. You know what I'm saying? They
Exactly.
already behind. So as parents, especially as a father, like I just can't have that. That's a representation of me. I
Exactly.
can't be um this successful
Mm.
with ignorant kids.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With ignorant kids. So that's just a reflection of like what really matters
Right.
at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't believe in just, me being successful. They don't gotta work for anything or ever.
Mm.
But that's it's harder. It's really harder when you up there, you successful because I keep my private life to myself. Or like I went
Right.
back, started taking my daughters and stuff off Facebook because people walking up and I don't even know them, and they be like, "Oh, that's Puma," and I'm
Mm.
like, "Who are you?" You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You
And I
can't
stay,
just walk up to somebody's
yeah,
child like that.
and I stay strapped, so and I'm throwed off a little bit according
Yeah.
to the VA. So
Mm.
you can't just be walking up on my man. So it's harder
Yeah.
as parents to make sure that we keep them in a child's place.
Exactly.
I done seen where mothers are having these conversations with their daughters like that's not her business. Y'all don't need to be talking
Exactly.
about that. You know what I'm
So
saying?
would you say your daughter actually changed the way you walk, you thought?
Oh yeah, of course. Like, what I'm saying, as young, what I'm saying, I had money growing in the military.
Mm.
As when I got in the military, coming from pretty much not having that on your own to having, strip clubs, you know what I'm saying,
Mm.
pornographic material, all that
Mm.
stuff, you know, eventually fade out. But when I had my daughter, it solidified that.
Yeah, it changed your mental
Yeah,
process.
like is it hard to embrace a frame when your daughter share your last
So you
name?
found
Because
yourself becoming more protective.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, it always been complex for me. I never really been that type of person to be like, I want to be out in those scenes
Right.
because I don't know, don't throw money at something you can't take home. Okay, bye.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying. So it just like just being around the culture and stuff of that nature,
Mm.
I always was uncomfortable with it. Not
Mm.
like shy away from it, but just like all right, cool,
Mm.
whatever. But now I got that stance. It's like nah, I ain't rocking like that. I
Yeah.
have I have little girls. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna tell y'all, the nutrition today is gonna come out of something out of my book that I'm gonna read. It's on page 107. So if you want to get your books ready, so when we get towards the end and you want to follow on, it's in your the Unspoken on page 107, Shadows Missing Link. So just get your books ready so you can follow along. But getting back to it, there has always been the statement any dog can have a baby, but that doesn't make her a mother. So that also means that not every man that helps conceive a child is always considered a father. So, what is your opinion on that?
Well, fatherhood, motherhood come out of one night stands.
Mm-hmm.
Fatherhood, motherhood come out friend with benefits.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. You're not protecting yourself and stuff of that nature.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It happens. But what makes the difference is if you stepping up to that plate and understanding that it's gonna have to be a lot of. It's not about you anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sacrifices has to be made.
And that's a big word.
Yeah.
But what about the daughters? But what about the daughter when it comes to a man to be attracted to and how she is to be respected? Don't you think that is where the man should step into place and exemplify before his daughter?
First, a man should never step in his place. He should have been there already.
Exactly.
You know, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, laying down with
When
a
he
woman,
have his child.
when he
Yeah.
have his child, you
Mm-hmm.
automatically like, even when myself and my daughter's mom, she thought we were having a boy. I knew we was having a girl. You know what I'm saying? And once we heard that, you know, your gender is a girl, like something, I don't know what, something clicked in me. Like
Right.
something immediately snapped in me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I was during that time, I was just really putting pieces back together in my life as well.
Right.
And it was just a
Right.
lot of broken pieces going. And immediately, just like I,
Right.
the old Cedric ain't no more. I let her know when that time come. I never want you to be that, be with somebody like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Which mean, and I wasn't horrendous, but a lot of habits from my male figures, like my stepdad and stuff of that nature, that I saw.
Mm.
Because now, like, it was a point where I was between whose son are you forever, and
Right.
finally confirmed that at like 32.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
living with people playing tug of war with your DNA, you don't know who you smiling like, who you laughing like, where you
Mm.
get your eyes from,
Yeah.
who, you know what I'm saying? So then my stepdad was there.
Mm.
Yes, he did everything. He provided. He, you know what I'm saying? He worked, but he never taught us communication. So it was
Yeah.
like, you see what I'm saying? So with that, those habits that, and when I get in my marriage as a young man,
Mm.
what you fussing about? You got the biggest house, you got the biggest car, you
Mm.
got everything you want, you the flashes, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But you didn't really have my heart communication and different things of that nature. So when I had my daughter,
Mm.
I laid back, okay, change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know what I take responsibility for half or whatever ruining us, but we gotta be kosher for the baby or whatever.
Exactly.
And make it happen. No, we didn't stay together for the baby type thing. It just be the best father you can be. If y'all build develop a friendship in the mix of it,
Mm-hmm.
then cool. Which we
Mm-hmm.
have, cool. You know what I'm saying? So it just I wanted to make sure I covered. Not only did I provide,
Mm-hmm.
but I was a leader,
Mm-hmm.
and that she sees and see where she want a man to be like. You know what I'm saying? To value her, even though me and her mom ain't together. I respect her mom with the me and her
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So these different things in my mind it's like I'm not failing.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
failure is not an option when it comes to raising
Right.
the baby girls.
Yeah. And I'm trying to go back to something that I know through your podcast you had mentioned. Oh, that's the last page. You had mentioned that the fathers should be the main one that shows their daughter how they are to be valued.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know you didn't go too much into it on your show, but could you go tell us a little bit why you said that?
Because of the fact that as a father, you have a lot against you when raising your. Let me just say, as parents first,
Yes,
we are at war with society how to raise our kids.
exactly.
We got people with no kids
Mm-hmm.
with college degrees
Mm-hmm.
telling us how to raise our kids.
Yeah, and you have to look like, okay, do you even have kids?
So
Do you know what it's like?
in a black household, it ain't no rolling your eyes or smack to your mom. Our time out was take time out to pick up your teeth. See what I'm saying?
It wasn't no
So,
time out, no corner either.
so the thing about it is, when I made that comment, as fathers, because we're the head, and we're not talking gender roles either, okay? Because I know I'm just debunking all the things that people want to rebuttal about. As a father, you are the head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're the head, which is providing whatever. But I didn't seen even bishop as women say, yes, I'm the head of the church, the bishop of this church. But in
Mm-hmm.
my household, he runs the household. I'm
Exactly.
submissive, which is a word that people don't like in our culture because it was taught wrong. But
Yes.
I get to that later on.
Yes.
So it was taught
I think
wrong.
we had Michael Gray here when we was talking about submitting.
Yeah, see, it was taught wrong though.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get to that. But as a man, and as just parents, but as a man, we already have the word world and society against us when it
Right.
comes to our kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, we have our own black men, black women that are against us when it comes to our kids,
Exactly.
promoting a lot of things that you know you yourself didn't grow up doing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You'll see some of these artists interviews. Yeah, man, I grew up in church and started this in church,
Mm-hmm.
and both parents. You be like, well, why your mom and dad didn't teach you this? Because
Exactly.
compromise something for a man to tell their daughter they value and let them know they value every day. You beat it into their head just like they try to force feed you whatever else on TV daily. That's
Mm.
our job. So when they step on their own, somebody call you ugly, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. I'm
Mm.
successful though.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
here. I'm not here for that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like one time I saw a video where they was down on this little girl. They tried to anyway, but her
Yeah.
father was in her life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And embarrassed the kids in school. They were like, "Look at your clothes, woo woo woo." She's, "I ain't here for a fashion show." She was like in third grade. She's, "I'm here to get
Oh
my grades.
wow.
Let's compare grades."
True.
She told them, "Let's
True.
compare grades." But that's the influence. I mean, strong mothers are involved, but you ask about father. But
Yes.
the fact that a father impact that and she built like that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's what the females they uphold an important part in a little girl's life.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree with that because as a single mother, I had to stand in the place not as a father, as a mother, but I had to be there as the whole to raise my children. But when it comes down to men, the one thing I do despise is when women say, "Well, I'm not dad and I'm their daddy. They don't need no daddy." I don't believe in that.
No. So that's definitely wrong. Same thing. I be like
Mm-hmm.
people in church, like, I don't need a man. I got Jesus. Like, yeah, I.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but God don't intend for us to be everybody be alone either.
exactly. But this is the thing. A man can't teach a daughter
Mm.
like a woman can't teach a son how to be a man.
Exactly.
Like it's gonna be certain things as a man that I'm not gonna be able to teach you how to cope with. I don't
Exactly.
crap every month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A heartbreak to be a lot more detrimental to you at this
Mm.
age or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's where you need that woman's point of view.
Yeah.
But however, I can instill value, instill
Exactly.
self-respect. The way a man look, the way daddy look at you and respect you.
Exactly.
That's the standard of how a man. If a man can't respect you on the level as your dad, somebody who birthed you,
Exactly.
and success, then that's the level, that's the bar of what I mean as being impactful.
Exactly.
And we can take it down to the simplest things. Like, when the mom's fussing at the baby, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, hey, chill out. And
Yeah.
we call that daddy magic. You know what I'm saying? They already know to pipe down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's universal.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Even with the nicest guys.
Mm-hmm.
They had to come up out there throwing and roar one time.
Yeah. Sure that
You know what I'm
authority
saying?
because I could say this like when the kids when growing up it was hard. It's hard to raise sons as a female,
I believe it.
and it's even harder to me and through my experience to raise a female, a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just talking about in the aspect of herself, but like my ex used to try to tell me, well, it's your mama's fault. It's your mama the way you are. But my opinion was, if you would have stepped in as a man
Yeah.
and put that structure there and helped me with this child because I didn't have her by myself,
Yeah, definitely.
the outcome would have been different.
Yeah, definitely.
Instead of you sitting back and saying, "Oh, it's just the mother's fault." It's not always just the mother's fault.
No, definitely. It's a team. I mean, we are born with genetics of both forms. Some
Mm-hmm.
characteristics, like I see my daughter make a face that I made before, and I ain't teach her that. So like, oh wow. So it's important that you don't pass down generational curses. You gotta be careful.
Yes.
Some things are just like, oh wow, you sound like your mom, or you looking like your mom, or you give me a look like whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it just like we have to be involved and structure, even though you're not may not be together. You got rules if they're applied
Exactly.
and they you know what I'm saying?
And that's one thing I've seen Love and Hip Hop. I usually don't watch it, but I was sitting back with my daughter and I'm watching it. And the one thing, I think it was Keisha Cole. And I was looking at what she was saying and how she was developing things for her son.
Mm-hmm.
One thing she said, no matter how he cheated on me, how he did me, he still stepped in to co-parent
Yeah.
to help her with her son, their son.
Mm-hmm.
Not one time as he was talking, and I know it's the show, and people say, "Oh, that's just TV." But the fact is, this man, they're not together, was living with her until he place.
Mm-hmm.
But they co-parent because they knew that they both together hold an important part in that child's life.
Of course, and you don't want to, because the thing about kids, they're impressionable, And although they say they grew out of things, so
Mm-hmm.
we grow out of things or whatever. It's certain things that are subconscious because I always be the one like I'll communicate. I just got to that age where in that level where I can communicate and be like, hey, that hurt my feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or it ain't not being soft or whatever. It just that hurt my feelings. Ain't like
Right.
that because I realized if I'm voicing it to you,
Mm-hmm.
I can go ahead and get it out the way because if I keep it in, I can't promise you how I'll react to that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because same respect. So like just I had to swallow some crow that I didn't even want to, and I felt like I was defending myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And two people that I love dearly,
And it is hard. It's not an easy thing,
by far.
because I come from the place to where, I wasn't used to just taking it in.
Yeah,
But then I had to grow up and realize if I can't take in the criticism and accept the truth of things, how am I able to grow? How am I able to overcome?
or what's worse than criticism is disciplinary
Exactly.
from your
Especially when you
peers.
say, I'm grown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's who you talking to.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's just like with that co-parenting thing because at the end of the day, it's not about us.
Hmm.
Our time is over. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you are apart, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? That time is over. But let's at least set up a future for this future right here because of the
Right.
fact that they need to see that they need to see what I'm saying, a loving home or whatever.
Exactly.
You
At
know
least
what I'm
get the
saying?
parents getting along.
Yeah,
And that's one
exactly.
thing that I like right now. Me and my baby's dad, I've expressed to him many times. It's healthier for our son to see us get along.
Yeah,
That we
definitely.
can actually come together and agree to help him through things so he can see things that's supposed to be right. And
Definitely.
I thank God, we taking baby steps, but we decided Sunday we're gonna have a talk about our son,
Yeah.
and because we both agree we want the best for our son.
We want to. And then like you gotta have somebody. One of our co-hosts, he'll agree. He feel to the extent where when it comes to the two biological parents dealing with each other, the step parent really has no say. And
Mm,
and I definitely disagree with
I
that.
disagree.
Yeah, a couple of us disagree. We was like it was this past show.
Really?
Yeah, if you watch,
I missed that
it looked
part.
like we look like we about to jump. Shout out to my boy Tony. Man, we look like we about to jump. Like what? And then, you know, and then Jamar turned around and was like, "So you mean to tell me if I raise this child by 13, they becoming a celebrity superstar, and he want to jump in and dictate rules? I gotta accept it." Like, what's it? I saw like, but like, I will say this: if that relationship was cool before you came along,
Right.
and there's nothing like you all send each other selfies, pictures,
Mm,
and
mm,
it's clear like, hey, it's co-parent, boom, 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 and
right.
they solidify and show you, verify that person. You shouldn't be hating on that relationship between them co-parents.
Exactly.
You know
Because
what
I
I'm saying?
mean, my I have two different dads for my children, but like my first set of kids, they have a father that three of them.
Mm-hmm.
When he got married, me and her came together,
Mm-hmm.
and we had to have a talk because we both, well, she knew what it was to be a single parent,
Yeah.
but she also respected that these are my children. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm the mother, but I also respected that this woman's gonna be around my child.
Yeah. Definitely.
And so we had to sit down. We both was women enough to sit down.
And it's you know what I'm saying. It comes a time where what I'm saying. I'm not worried what y'all do. Y'all
Hmm.
handle y'all business.
Yeah, and she's seen that. She's seen that I didn't want him back. She's seen that I wasn't trying to cause a problem.
Nothing. It's
All
like
it was about my children.
if you want a date night, call me up. I come
Hmm.
get my daughter. I go and we'll whatever. You know
Well,
what I'm
actually, she was the one, that when it came down to it, and I got in a situation where I was leaving my ex,
saying?
and I was in transition of trying to move,
Mm-hmm.
but I had my kids. But she was woman enough to say, "Look, we all need to sit down." So I went and sat down with her and my ex-husband, and they came together. They weren't trying to take my kids from me.
Of
They
course.
weren't trying to find an aim to hurt me, but to help me and understand that I know what it's like. And that's what I respect about her because my kids,
Yeah.
she took them to school and everything. So when I did move and get my own home, I got my kids back.
Definitely, it takes mature, and yeah, and it takes mature people like that, And shouts out to all the step parents and stuff out there.
Not easy,
It's not easy, you know
especially
what I'm
dealing
saying?
with hard headed kids.
You know what I'm saying? So, and stepping in, going to recitals, and at games and different things of that nature.
Right.
Where I'm quite sure they loan to their biological parents to be
Mm-hmm.
there. You know what I'm saying? But it takes a lot to what I'm saying. Within itself is a sacrifice.
Yes.
And not to get in your own feelings and just like these ain't my kids. I don't got time for this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna walk away. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
But
because
to
it's like
love,
my baby son. What I liked about the his ex girlfriend was that fact that she respected me as a mother.
yeah,
So it was like I when we met at the orientation, we knew each other.
yeah,
We
yeah,
was
that,
laughing and talking. And when it came down to purchasing stuff for my son, she said, "Well, are you able to do it?" 'Cause we had a conversation. Even when my son got sick, I could call and like, "Okay, how's my baby doing?" She would break down. Okay, she never was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. You're here now."
yeah, yeah,
She
that,
was more or less like, "I fed him this. His appetite's not good. His temperature is this," and that's the way it should be. My son can see all of us get along.
yeah, and you need to see that type of love that it could be done.
Yes.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
he know that's example for him. He get older and have to deal with the situation.
Yeah, and you pray they don't have to go through certain things like
Mm-hmm.
that, but life has happened. Like I said, we're talking about we're hard on our boys and stuff of that nature because a lot of things that young men ain't like. If a group of male friends go to the club in one car,
Yeah.
is one driver and the other people scrubs.
Yeah.
With a bunch of women do it together, they being safe and it's okay. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? They sharing clothes and stuff all the time. They can do that. You know what I'm saying? But males is just a different standard when it comes to certain things. So it's just
Yeah.
harder. And biggest thing that need to be taught is living off a woman is not a hustle.
Right, right. Well,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
Nikita commented, she said, "You're an amazing dad."
Thank
I
you.
know she knows
Thank
a
you.
lot
Thank you.
about you
Thank you.
and your family. Thank you, Nikita. I'm gonna say this. I thought about this yesterday as I was
Mm,
writing it because I always because I know a man gives a woman a rose all the
mm,
time.
mm,
So when I looked at it, I said, to me, symbolizes the female as she grows from a little girl to a woman. The seed symbolizes the conception of her beginning of life.
mm.
The root is her growth. The stem is her strength. The petals is her emotions, meaning soft, and when she's hurt, they fall off because she has nothing left to be attached to that she feels love and attention from.
You deep.
If she is continuously scorned, the stem turns brown and all eventually withers and die. She needs nutrition and something to keep her hydrated in order to be that beautiful flower that not only feels alive, but beautiful and strong. I came up with that because I remember a situation that I told my daughters
Mm-hmm.
be careful. A woman is not built like a man. She's crying for her dad.
Mm-hmm.
She wants her dad's love and attention.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to be the apple of daddy's eyes. You know, but if you keep pushing her away, she's going to get tired
Yeah, yeah.
and she's going to give up and she's going to, especially when she sees being more of a father to somebody else's kids than her,
Mm.
you know. Now we have girls that fathers refuse to be a part of their life,
Mm.
but would take another man's child and dedicate his life to their own blood, even to the point of disownment. What is your feelings on that type of situation? His biological daughter is in tears, asking why he doesn't want her.
I got allergies, right? There's no corona going on. Wow. Okay. I really had somebody like that in that situation, and I think, um, for one, that man, that's a weak man. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
especially because
Mm-hmm.
in some cases, toxic mothers
Yes,
ruin relationships and point of views, and
exactly.
men can't get to their child.
Right.
Now, for those men
Mm-hmm.
who choose, like, who got the gate,
Right.
you can go see your child daughter at any time. You are you like you're the worst.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because of the fact that you don't understand. Not only do the person that birthed me
Mm-hmm.
don't want me,
Right.
you plant seeds, um, attachment problems.
Mm-hmm.
You plant seeds of self hate,
Exactly.
no love for self,
Right.
low self esteem. It's a lot of stuff that you do.
Yeah.
And when they see you embracing other people kids, or you go start a whole nother family
Exactly.
when you let it be known you ain't want no kids here or there.
Right.
You make those questions like, why wasn't I good enough?
Right.
What was it about me that you didn't want me or love me?
Right.
Now they always feeling shameful, their head down, and it takes a process to heal from that. And so you broke something beyond emotion. That's a spirit being broken right there. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So for a man to do that, you know what I'm saying?
To his own flesh and blood.
To his own flesh and
Especially
blood.
if when she was born, you asked for her.
Yeah, and now
You
especially
wanted
if
your little girl, but because you're divorced now, kids.
and it's like, oh, since you ain't giving me the, I mean, sorry, I'm gonna say that in a more polite. And we ain't together no more. You can take this kid on your own.
Mm-hmm.
That's not cool by all means.
And that doesn't make you a real man, only
You
because
some
you
shape
take
form-
care of another man's kids, but
Exactly.
you're not taking care of your own blood.
I think you need to be punished.
Yes.
I mean, punished by whatever. Like I said, once again, if the mom is not toxic and keeping everything from you, that's different.
Right.
But if you make the conscious decision
Mm-hmm.
to be like, all right, walking away from this,
Right.
and even if years or whatever later down the road you get a family and you start being father to somebody
Right.
else, go back and fix what you left broken.
Yeah.
At least amend that and be man enough to be like, hey, I was young, immature, I was scared, whatever the situation may
Right.
be, to start their healing process.
Right.
Or don't pick and choose when to jump in and out of somebody's life. Like, they say, hey, they happy to see you because I don't care what age your father interacts with you, unless you just develop that hate for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're happy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Playing with somebody's life like that, I mean, you deserve everything that comes your way.
Right. Right.
Simple as that.
We both know children are innocent and they didn't ask to come to this world. As a devoted father to your own daughter, what words can you express for girls out there and watching in order to help them go through the process of being just a father's missing link?
Well, one thing I would say is, you are loved.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You are loved. If unfortunately, if that person wasn't a role model, a demonstration of love,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? It will be somebody that would love you beyond your body. You pretty, you this. That would
Right.
actually love the essence of you. That would love your smarts, your intelligence, and everything else. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it's like take time to heal. First thing is recognizing that I am broken.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you have to really
And
recognize
to
in order.
understand it's not your fault.
And it's not your fault that
Mhm.
you are broken. You're
Right.
the victim of circumstances of something that you didn't ask for. You can't defend yourself at a baby, and
Right.
toddler, teen,
Yeah.
et cetera. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And for ones that's tuning out there, my daughter, I did make sure yesterday that I got her permission. She did give her permission.
Uh-huh.
She did she did give her permission
Uh-huh.
to speak on certain situations to where we're talking about daughters with a father and their relationship.
Yeah.
Because, she does fight against the situation. She doesn't understand why he would do this to her.
And a lot of times, you know, as a man, one thing I was taught is just stand by whatever decision you make and the consequence that come out of it.
Mhm.
You deal with it. You don't back down and run for nothing.
Exactly.
That's why I say I don't have any phobias. When you
Right.
back down running, lying, that's a sign of fear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but to punish a kid that can't defend themselves or don't understand why and lead them to tackle society on their own, that's wrong. You're setting them up to failure.
Yeah. And how do you feel about the fact that even as a child, even though that child's with the mother, and even being grown, he doesn't call and check on the child. But he said, well, they should be checking on me. How do you feel about that?
That's not cool. That's not cool, no shape, form, or fashion, because you're the father.
Exactly.
You left.
Yeah.
They shouldn't chase you down to be like, hey, I'm your daughter, how you doing? Or hey, I'm your son. But we're talking about daughters right now.
Right.
That's not their job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they missing, how they know you want to talk to them on your birthday if you left?
Exactly.
Christmas if you left. They don't owe you none of that.
Yeah, and I know some people say, well, she needs to reach out to her dad.
You don't owe your dad.
In her defense, she did try to reach out to him numerous times. And he did see the message because you know that Facebook is a snitch. So when your face fall, it shows that it did hurt her.
Yeah, of course. And,
You know.
and and unfortunately, she went through being mature and reaching out. Once
Mhm.
again, you gotta be able to
I
deal
feel like
because,
she's a bigger person by doing that.
of
No
course,
matter how he scarred her and how the things he's done has been wrong towards her, she still had the heart to try to say, "Well, I'm just checking on you, see how you doing."
it's the biggest thing. As a daughter
Mm,
without a father, and you tried to reach out and he hurt you, I do believe it's parent toxic people
yes,
in your life, including parents, friends, lovers, whatever. They're
right,
only seasonal. You can disattach yourself from that and
exactly,
move on. And once you disattach yourself from that, forgive them, not for them, but forgive them before
exactly,
yourself.
and that's
Because
exactly what I told her.
you know what I'm saying? Because you don't need that over you.
Yeah, because I've been here for my kids.
Hmm.
It was hard as a mother to see their cries, to see, to hear the questions about their dad. And I never talked bad about them to their dad to them. It was more or less, look, you're gonna have to pray for him. I can't make him do nothing he don't want to do, but you're gonna have to live it in God. But what you do, you focus on you and become stronger. Use those words to make you
Yeah,
stronger.
definitely. You do. You definitely do that. But I mean, along with prayer and stuff of that nature, it
Mhm.
is a part of the Bible that says obey the land of the law, right?
Exactly.
Cause we live on the land.
Yes.
If like, there'll come a time where I'm gonna tell you, your dad was a sucker. You know, you know what I'm saying? He was immature. He was
Yeah.
lame. He chose to do
Because
this.
it took for them to see, because even like my son, before he passed away, rest in peace, my son. But he made this thing, he's tried to be man enough.
Hmm.
And he's like, well, I want you to take me to go so I can talk to my dad.
Hmm.
He says, time that I talked to him. I dropped him off at the meeting point, let him talk to his dad. I didn't interfere. But he did inform me. He says, you know, I'm trying to talk to you man to man.
Hmm.
I need to understand and
Hmm.
let you know how I feel.
Hmm.
He was like, he was quick to say, well, your mama did. He said, we're not here to talk about mom.
We here to
I
talk about
see my
truth.
mom stand. My mom never kept me from you.
Hmm.
My mom has been here. She
Hmm.
have fought for us.
Hmm.
Now I want to talk to you about you and me.
Hmm. You negate and take all the what he did. He eliminated all the possibilities, excuse that you may have or would have for your reasoning.
Right.
That's just we're gonna do that. That's the first thing that he did, which
Yeah.
is I commend him for that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So once you eliminate all the reasons, like
Mm.
mom never talked bad about you. Okay, now
Because these women need to realize you got to allow the child to see the father for himself.
exactly.
The way he is with you, that's your relationship.
He's not gonna be that
Your
way.
relationship is not the kids and father's relationship.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
totally separate. You know, my situation with my daughter is heartbreaking, but there are men out there that they do treat their children
Hmm.
way better than they treat their woman.
Hmm.
And you got to step back and allow that child to have a relationship with their father.
Hmm.
But there are some kids that don't know is or if is their father. You know,
And like what's detrimental to relationships like that is a child growing up only hearing one side of the story.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? One you hear one side of the story, and it's
Hmm.
like then
Right.
when they get older, they're
You don't want to
resenting.
call that person a liar, but you were like, I want to hear this other person's.
Exactly, because when they find if they find out the truth, and especially if they do enough and they come back to you, like you couldn't just been like,
You could have
hey,
been honest.
honest, boom, boom, boom. If you didn't want him around, boom, boom, boom. And this whole time you got me
Or
thinking,
you didn't want him to know that I didn't belong to him. But at least let me know. Don't cheat
yeah,
me
don't
from it.
cheat me from that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Let at least let me know whatever.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying. And so a lot of the times, it's a lot of things when it comes to parents not fathers not being around.
Exactly.
But once again, if the relationship toxic, because we
Mm.
talked about child support is not a replacement for failed relationships.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
And you being toxic and just making a person's life complex because it didn't go the way you
Yeah, like
want.
I'm going. He's giving you money. He's taking care of the kids. But no, I'm putting you on child support because you with her. No, you want to be daddy? Okay, you gonna be daddy.
Mm.
They don't look good on you at all.
No, it's just immaturity.
Now there are girls who turn to older men and do certain things to get what they feel is missing in their life. Okay,
Oh man.
so
You gotta be careful with that one because you know what I'm saying. You got sugar daddies,
mhm,
girls that want somebody to take care of them, who probably had a daddy in their
Mm.
life, or you just got those girls who.
But do you feel in that situation when a lot of these younger girls, the older men, that they actually looking for that father figure? Because I know some people say, "Oh well, her dad wasn't there, so she's looking for a father figure." That love of a man.
In some cases, it can. In some cases, it can very well be.
Hmm.
A lot of cases, it could very well be that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
And like the reason why I say that because I mean I live in this generation right now where I'm I'm in tune with everybody's a hot girl and they got the sugar daddy to take care of their
hmm,
nails and different. It's even websites for sugar daddies. Can you believe that? They sending your
yeah.
rap.
I've seen that.
So, but they deal with a lot of like. I'm gonna put my tail on myself real quick. Anybody that knew me, they knew I grew up. I loved older women. I ain't have mama.
That's true.
Yeah, my mom can rap my lyrics. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, my mom got me. You feel me? My
Right,
mom
right,
got me. You know what I'm saying?
right,
I don't got no issues. I don't got no mommy issues. You know,
right.
I don't know where I get it from. But that's what I'm saying. So, but like a lot of times, when people looking for older, when a woman looking for an older man, it's like maybe they are having those daddy issues, or
Right.
maybe they following, especially this day and age right now,
Yeah.
they're following those trends where they got an older man who gonna take care of them and don't want, but then he just happen to have a young thing on his arm. You know what
Yeah, because I know
I
with my
mean?
daughter, it was like
Those back then,
one
dog.
day she did say, she says, "Mommy," she said, "I feel like if my dad was here the way he was supposed to be in my life, a lot of things I would have done."
It's true. A lot of, I mean, there's no escaping that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If a dad, no matter what color,
Hmm.
no matter what how you teach your kid, what coach you grew up in, involved in your kid's life, you can avoid a lot of mishaps that happen. Self-inflictions, that's what goes.
Exactly.
Self-inflictions, you can avoid a lot of those.
Yeah.
You
No,
know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? A
it's
lot of
hurtful
those.
to see a daughter go through that because I know, like Nikita said, you're a real fabulous dad. I seen you with your daughter. I seen, you know, how you love on her. And I mean, I have I'm not gonna say his name. I have a coworker, and at times we talk, but I watch him because his daughter, the way he is in her life,
Mm-hmm.
and as a mother, that's all I ever wanted for my daughter.
Definitely.
And I tell him, I said, your daughter's really blessed. She is really blessed. I mean, daddy's girl.
Yeah. And
It's
even
his heart. But when I see his son, he loves his son.
yeah,
But the reason the way he is with his son is because he doesn't want him to be that type that cannot handle things in life, that can
definitely,
stand as a man.
definitely.
And that's one thing I have a lot of respect for him. I see in his eyes, I'm not behind closed doors with him and his wife, but he's a good man from what I see, from what have prospered. One in college, one playing football, getting ready, thinking about the military or college. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the father has a lot to do with that. It's not just the mother.
And I'm on both Puma, and then I know people mention Maya. They see that, oh, you got two girls. I'm like, yeah, she came to the monologue with you guys.
Hmm.
I didn't have Puma, but I had Maya with me or whatnot.
Your twin.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting there holding her, joking. We joking because
Hmm.
although I'm not her biological father, I don't want her. She's only 5. She don't need
And
this.
you could have fooled me because I guess because what you put in her life, she favors you a lot. I really
Oh my
thought that
gosh,
was your
she got
daughter.
my eyes. I say it all the time. I'm
Yes.
like, I'm
But the
eyes, but
way you reacted with her and the way she was responding to you, it just when I seen that, I was like, "Nah, that's what I'm talking about."
because of the fact that I don't want her to go through like you see your mother at the recitals, and
Right,
like I got you. Don't worry. I'm not saying don't worry about him, but
right.
you're not gonna feel that pain right now.
That empty
So
space.
so same
Yeah,
way as if I birthed her, I helped make her whatever like as if it was Puma. I'm
right,
gonna make sure that you get those that benefit of having me. I'm gonna do all I can. I'm not trying to take that place of him,
right.
but I'm trying to take the place of the agony that will come if you see that
Exactly,
absent. So
exactly.
I will never father's. You know what I'm saying? I love that little girl dearly, like she's my own. But I
Right,
will take the place of the pain that could be there.
right,
I can control that.
right,
I can sacrifice this. So when like if she need me, Street Legend is shut down. I got
right.
my team. I got a
She's
team.
first.
I got a team full of leaders. They can
Right,
handle that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, so that's why I say I'm not just speaking off of because I had a stepfather, whatever. But I know the sacrifices. I know what could happen
Mm-hmm.
if a male figure is not there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that
Right.
statistic shows most of the time, growing up in a single home, a young female liable to get pregnant quicker than a female with both parents in the house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, like you know what I'm saying, I go hard and would give my life for her as well I would do my biological because
Right.
you know what I'm saying. You're not if I can help it, you're not going through
Right.
life like wondering
And not
why
God himself,
why
she
he
is
don't.
truly blessed.
So you know what I'm saying. And like I said, and I'm not doing it for no. And this is the first time in public because like you know what I'm saying. But just a lot. I don't advertise on Facebook because man before
Right.
it came or whatever. You know what I'm saying. But the fact is that I know and I know
Exactly.
how easily target
Mm-hmm.
they can be as well.
Yeah.
Y'all not gonna be on YouTube ain't gonna be no statistics now. Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But I mean, I could say also like, you know, I've seen posts, and I thought it was so touching. I know some people say that don't make, but I feel and agree that the first person that a daughter should date is their father.
of course, your dad should take you on a dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad, everything the spiritual people say, every weapon the devil you manipulate you or trick you,
Mm-hmm.
you should be exposed to, but in a positive light.
Right.
Just because somebody paid this much for a dinner,
Right.
I mean, so I've been around Jason too long. Jason, I hate you. That don't mean they
Yes,
get to
he
get.
did say push a wig.
Yeah, Jason be push your wig back, but that don't mean they get to sleep with you at the end of the night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you beautiful and this, don't that's not enough to make
Right.
you compromise who you are.
Right.
So once again, on all aspects, as a father, you need to be that standard.
Yeah, because you got to show that. Look, and this is my belief is that, and I never had it. Like I told people, and I shared with you also.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew what it was to be daddy's girl.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you all day what it is to be Big Mama's baby,
Mm-hmm.
but daddy's girl, I don't know what they feel like. Coming up, even teenage and even being grown, you know, I yearned for that. I yearned to, be like some of my friends. Dad calls and check on them,
Mm-hmm.
take them out to dinner dates, you know, spend time with them, come on for dinner. I never had that advantage. Thing is, I feel like when it comes down to that father being the first person to take that daughter on a date,
Mm-hmm.
to show her this is the way a man supposed to treat you. You don't settle for less than that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way he's supposed to respect you. But also the way he treats
Mm-hmm.
also allows her to see what she's supposed to accept and not accept.
But even before it comes into, and I agree with you saying. I
Mm-hmm.
just want to put this out the underline as well. Even as teaching what a man's supposed to do
Mm-hmm.
or what it's supposed to look like or feel like,
Mm-hmm.
this is what you got to instill in yourself.
Exactly.
You got to love yourself,
Exactly.
value yourself, and know your worth before you even start. You don't need to make somebody
Exactly.
you can handle your own, but you would love somebody to compliment you and build you up. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So that's a lot of
Because
times.
it's nothing like like some people would look at. Well, I shouldn't have to tell you I love y'all every day. I shouldn't have to compliment you every day. I don't like that when people say stuff like that because my thing is it's not that I need to feel it for you to build me up,
Mm-hmm.
but anytime another man is saying to your woman how beautiful she is more than you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of times I heard, well, it was some on Facebook like you shouldn't never let some louder than you when it comes to your significant other and different things
Exactly.
of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with knowing what that significant, being interested out of being a couple. And so
And see, that's what I'm saying. Even as a couple, don't get mad because you see other men put comments about your woman.
hmm
Question: when is the last time you said that to her?
I think the more the problem is when it comes to stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm complimenting you all the time and you downplaying me,
Mm-hmm.
and then when it's vice versa or social media, you all glowing or something like that, you
Mm-hmm.
have a problem. Like,
Yeah.
excuse me, he said the same thing I've been telling you for a whole 30 days.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you what. Go ahead and pack up. You gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go. Now
You
that's
gotta,
a different
you
situation.
gotta go.
But I mean, me personally, there's nothing wrong with a compliment. long as it's a respectable one. Telling somebody they're beautiful, they're handsome, you smell good, that's compliments.
Mm-hmm.
But you also got to know what you have in your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what you have in your spouse, those comments wouldn't phase you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get I don't blush over it because, like I've said before, the compliments is one thing. That's not what I grew up on. I grew up where my grandmother taught me not about the outer look,
Mm-hmm.
but your mind and your heart,
Mm-hmm.
your stand. That's what makes you beautiful.
Definitely.
Because, like she would tell me, your looks ain't going to get the bills paid.
Facts.
The looks is
I
not
mean,
going to feed you.
unless you into a different life, you know what I'm saying?
But my thing is that you got to realize, like with me, um, there's one thing of complimenting and there's another way of flirting. Come on my post. I'm not going to lie. I'll tell you
Yeah, I
thank you.
see your phone. You be getting don't make me expose you on this phone. Don't listen.
I've been exposed enough.
She told me I get a little comments. What?
You speaking on that white outfit.
I ain't even see no white outfit. Now, look, now everybody finna go to your Facebook page.
No, because when that was up, I'm like, I need to take that picture down. He said, don't you take it down because that was for your magazine.
Oh,
But
hey, y'all.
I'm gonna be honest.
I think it said what it says, got milk or something.
No, it better not. Spicy of life. That's it.
Oh God,
But I'm gonna tell you. We mentioned that Cedric's a comedian too.
No.
He's a comedian as well.
I didn't. No, but no, you do get a lot of hey beautiful. Oh, you gorgeous. This got milk.
I missed that one.
No, I'm just joking.
Now you're gonna have me go back looking.
Look, everybody go on Miss Gray page and go comment on that white what shadow. Woo! Okay, let me stop. Okay.
Listen. But no, believe it or not, the date I didn't have, I needed that laugh.
Boy, yeah, I mean everybody go look at that picture.
But
boy.
I'm gonna be honest, when it come down, it's one thing is complimenting, especially when you're in a relationship. You gotta be respectable.
Oh,
but
of course.
I'm gonna tell you, this is the one thing. I don't know if you agree or disagree, but I feel like no, you shouldn't tell your business on Facebook. But
heck no.
When you are in a relationship,
Keep it off social media.
it's nothing wrong with relationship. I'm in a relationship with this person, but don't let it go no further. I'm not saying every situation is the same, but anytime, me being this woman, I've been in this situation before, and I figured out the reason why you didn't have my pictures on your page, the reason why you didn't make it known that you was in a relationship, because it came out later on in the closet. He was leaving his options open. You know, he was cheated. My thing is, you gotta let people know I'm in a relationship. Just like I think it was 2 or 3 videos. I sit there and I said, you know, the relationship I'm in. I show respect. That's when it comes down to. I mean, I love kids, but at the same time, it's one thing is a compliment. I'm not gonna sit up here and feed it. Like we had one on a live video where he said something, and I didn't know until an hour later. But I didn't know my kids would have on him.
Oh wow!
Because my kids is not going to stand for you to disrespect, especially on live video.
Yeah, definitely.
So when I was informed about it, I was like, nah. So when I went back and I seen, because no, you're not going to disrespect me. It's okay, beautiful is fine, sexy, fine, okay, but don't take it past that. Because my page is a business. My page is to where you're going to show respect. Now, what I do with the magazine, but I'm going back to see that one that you talking about got milk.
No, nobody said that you. No, I asked you what was the title of the picture. Got milk. You know, you was in all white. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. You'll get you later. Yeah. She said, "Who said I got milk?" Dang. The boy used to that.
But that's one thing I can say. It wasn't my dad that did it. It was my grandmother.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, she poured her life into me.
Definitely.
You know, she's not here now, and it took an adjustment period for me because that was the one person I could run to for consolation, for a safe place. But that was the one person that a woman how to uphold myself, how to respect myself. which, in my opinion, if you have that father example, a lot of things would be different in a woman's life
Definitely.
when she's coming up.
Definitely.
Don't place everything on the mother because it's not the mother's responsibility
Nah, definitely not.
to show to instill things in the woman.
I,
Where you just step back and no, I ain't got nothing to do when it comes down to the daughter.
I think it's for sons and daughters. It's half and half.
It is half and
Like
half.
I said, with the things I can't teach, because I'm quite sure when they start going to prom, I'm not gonna be the one they come to.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be the one they come to.
I know there's some things my sons came to me, but I'm like, really, you want to talk to me about this?
Yeah.
Well, mom, you're my mom.
Yeah.
You've been here, and it'd be different if he did have his dad there.
Yeah, it would be different. It's half and half. Because I mean, my advice for prom you may not go.
Right.
So you probably want to go talk to your mom about your prom outfit.
Exactly.
You may not go. But at the end of the day, it is a 50-50 thing when it comes to and daughters. A woman can teach a son how a woman's supposed to be talked to, or what a man can demonstrate. A boy can see a man act throughout these things and applying these things, how to survive life, how to make ends meet, how to be calm, how to go get. You know.
And
what
you
I'm
remind me of something that my son did tell me one day, and he says, Mom, all I wanted was a man in my life.
Yeah, definitely.
I needed that male structure, but you've been here. You've been the one. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be the way I am towards females,
Yeah.
towards the way of life, the way things supposed to go. Because I'm gonna be honest, I was hard on all my kids, especially my daughter, because the way this generation is going now, you have to put your foot down.
Yeah, this generation is they're sex driven.
Your kids' friends trying to raise your kids and say, "Oh, your mama don't know what she talk about. Oh, she wrong." It's my responsibility. I had
That's
these
why I
children.
said you gotta instill that into. I mean, like no, and I used to get mad when I used to hear like no is not good enough anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it because I say so. But now you gotta raise. You can't raise a kid for. You gotta raise a kid in the world they're living in right now.
Exactly.
How times has changed.
Because if you don't, they're gonna get out there and they're
and
just
be
gonna be just
lost.
like these people taking in like what is it, pet tigers or whatever.
Mhm.
They never been in the wilderness.
Yeah,
So when
go
they
out there
got
to
it,
the real world.
when they get too, want to set them free in the forest amongst the people that's used to the life of the forest and how to protect themselves, they ain't gonna know what to do.
Nah,
They lost.
only animal that's like that is a pig. You can take a pig, train it, make it domestic,
Mm-hmm.
but it don't take 2 weeks for a pig in the wild to go back to its natural habitat,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what. Groom it, make it domestic, boom,
Right.
set it up. If it get loose and survive on its own,
Mm-hmm.
it takes systems to kick in that they never
Right.
had. You know what I'm saying? Those are the only animals that I know of from Georgia too. So,
Well, I can't tell y'all the animals when I know too much about a pig, just except when I smell chitlins. But
Anybody that eat chitlins are immune to the coronavirus.
I'm in the house.
If you eat chitlins, you're not getting sick.
I haven't had them. But
You still immune to 'em.
I'm gonna say, when it came down to my daughter, I know I've had some, and I did have to give her permission to mention this because we did it recently before she just turned 21 March 2nd.
Okay.
And she still go through because you could tell she still wants and yearn for her father.
Yeah, definitely.
She needs that father there. But for her to come to me, she went and on Facebook and she did end up seeing a picture of her dad. And he had his arms stretched out with the other woman's two kids, just like they was loving and up against him. And then on the girl's graduation day, she got her head against Keyshawn's dad, and he got his hand around her. And I'm looking at my daughter, and she's shaking, and she's 20. She was 20, and I was like, "What's the matter?" And she's like, "I don't understand why he don't want me." It goes back when he even stood at Judson Middle School and told the principal, "I want Keyshawn to leave my daughter alone. Keyshawn is his only daughter." That hurts. Even for a mother to see that, that scars a daughter. And like I told her when our son passed, I was like, we done lost two sons.
Oh my God. Wow.
She's the only one left. You could at least be here for her. I understand that, but I just don't condone to a disrespectful child. Neither do I. But at the same time, you got to be a man and step up to the plate and take responsibility for what you have scarred in her.
Because her disrespect is a reaction to
The
your
way
act.
she's reacting to
Yes,
him is
yeah.
the
And
way he acts.
I think with Miss Keyshawn, I'm not speaking on her thing or not got no I don't have a degree. I specialize in music,
Hmm.
engineers and sound.
Right.
But as life though, sometimes 21,
Hmm.
I need that closure. I need you to look at me
Right.
and keep that same energy. Now that we're adults, you can't
Right.
talk to me and handle me like a kid no more.
Right.
Now we're adults. We need that closure. Why
Exactly.
is this? What was your
Hmm.
reason for this? What's your reason for that?
Just
What's
like
your
my
reason?
son did.
You know what
And
I'm
I
saying?
think he was actually 20.
So it's like, all right, what's
Mm.
happening?
Yeah.
And I think that more or less that's what she once she get
She's done.
she done. There ain't
She
nothing you
done.
can say or do. Now it's her choice to
Yeah, because it
either.
was just like my son. Because I could say, um, my daughter was quicker to pull away from him than my son. It took him a little bit, but when he got to seeing things, that's when he was like, go there. But when she seen this, it did hurt me because I cannot make him speak to her. I know in my heart, and I mean it's my own opinion, he do owe her an explanation.
Oh, of course.
Not on me, on why you was not a father to her.
And as long as your hands clean on that
Hmm.
aspect,
Yeah.
you have no reason to beat yourself up.
Anytime the kids wanted to see him, I let them go. They wanted to talk to their dad, gave them the phone, told them to go to the other room and talk to him. I never kept them from their dad.
And like I said, you don't have to be the boyfriend or husband anymore to
Hmm.
be a father to
Uh-huh.
your kid. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so- and that's one of my biggest fears. I didn't have no fears earlier. Is failing
Right.
as a father. So I go hard as a father. I go harder as that than I do my own company and everything else. But I work for my company where I know I can leave them a legacy,
Right.
not to carry on, but to pass down you some wealth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for. Like you straight. You got that. I know we're down on time. We should turn to page 107. Turn to the book of Spicy and Gray,
Now
third
to all
division.
y'all out there, the nutrition today is actually uh, I wrote this when I see my daughter's pain long time ago.
Oh, so it's not recipes. This is what you call your. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, this is me. This is my daughter.
Spicy.
This,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, I see.
So,
Okay.
I'll put this down for a minute.
It's that nutrition.
So if y'all have this book here, The Unspoken Heart, you can turn to page 107.
I guess I go to my. I ain't getting no book. I just
I'm
have
gonna
to
give you
download.
a minute.
You have to download that out. Just go ahead. I catch up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give all y'all a minute. But this here that I wrote is called A Shadow's Missing Link. It was my heart towards seeing my daughter go through this. My book is based on domestic violence, but it's abuse altogether.
Wow. Okay.
So I see things, I feel things. There's times that the Lord, just put a title on my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, you put this here. I slept in my bed with the notebook right there every time. Even books there, my so when God comes to me in my mind, I got my pen ready to write it down.
Oh, that's cold.
Sometimes he give me a whole saying this and this. I turn over 3 o'clock in the morning, write it down.
Mm.
Lord, I don't know where you want me to go with this, but this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Watching my daughter, go through this pain made me write this here.
Mm-hmm.
And so this here is based off of her and her situation with her father. And it's called A Shadow's Missing Link. Sternly walking, she halts, facing wooded support to rest. Young mind pressure lacks all understanding to his unanswered test. Innocence for the world's interest was uncontrolled by no choice. Impact of daddy's emotional lashes left her numbing corded voice. Remembering trafficking tears falling as stars glare in night, needing daddy's love towards standing ground to defend and fight. Conscious step aside, boldly placing hand on hip, speaking firmly, strength come landing, tongues tip. Realize who your foundation, Heavenly Father, truly consisted of. His unconditioned love never abandons, not even. So go wash The water stains from material pillow form. Place your daddy's name in word, for it's his dwelling storm. Focus solely on growth passage, but don't act before you timely think. Refrain all actions of past, for he is child's shadow, missing link.
Boy, can't date no poet. They'll talk about
Oh,
you.
yeah,
You
that's
ain't.
the best time to write.
You ain't no good. Looking ass.
Yeah. But I do love y'all so much. Thank you for tuning in.
I want my book.
Okay.
Okay. Hey,
See, he was getting a T-shirt for his gift, but we're gonna give him the book instead
I can wear the shirt while reading.
because I know they was on the podcast, and the shirt I want to see you with it
Definitely.
amongst the brothers.
I'm gonna have it on. I had a homeboy tell me I was emotional. He was calling me Wale West. I mean the old Kanye. He put me together so we emotional or whatnot. But now Rocket Tuesday.
You will receive your book autographed with your book marker.
Appreciate it.
And for those that want the book, the Unspoken Heart one, I spoke part 2. I know it's been 6 years since we got the first one, since we done the first one.
It's okay too.
But it's okay 20. Because the longer the wait, the better the ingredients are going to be.
Got milk?
But I'm going to burn that white outfit.
Yo, that picture finna get the likes on here, man. That picture finna get the likes.
But you can find the book on Amazon. It is called The Unspoken Heart. They do have a prime time going on right now. So I think the book now.
You like a winner on Amazon or something like that?
Yes. Amazon editors actually chose the book as the best book of the year.
What year that was?
2014.
Oh, wow. You got to see, you're lacking too much.
I know. So, you know what? It's been a lot of life going on, but I do thank God because everything for a pause with this second book, trust me, it's worth it. You know, we will going to be finding ways to get donations so that we can start raising money to get the book published.
So do what you're going to do.
We're going to do what we got to do.
So you're going to get your Unspoken Heart, you're going to get you a PayPal, right?
We will have PayPal. See, look at me.
I'm saying, though,
we're working on that.
If you get a donation button up there, I'm quite sure you could have had your $2,000.
Yes, he's supposed to be showing me all the new stuff. He's been educating me a lot. I really thank God for you.
Definitely.
Really have. Like I said, the Unspoken Heart, we did receive a trophy, which y'all see right here, Champion of Faith, and been crowned. We also been in magazines, police departments. Look at the bio.
You've been in police departments. No, there's a lot of shit at award.
No, I know that.
Special.
But let me tell you, one police officer, there was a situation in October. I'm going to choke you. And that's not going to be abuse. That's standing my ground.
She's standing her ground. Standing her ground.
But there was a police officer, and it was a situation in October. And he's like, you look familiar. And he says, so familiar. And I said, I'm pretty sure you do know me. And he said, wasn't you at the police station? I said, yeah, I was down at headquarters. He said, wait a minute. He said, you Spicy Gray, right? I said, yes, I am. He said, I always wanted to ask you ever since that day, but I didn't know that day was not the time. He said, because you had your assistants helping you and you was trying to get out of there, but the news people was rushing you.
I know.
He was like, do you have that name because you used to be a stripper?
Oh, yeah, you told me that story.
I was like, what?
I wasn't talking about that part. I was going to say he asked you if you had milk or not.
But no, actually, I know a lot of people ask me, is my real name Spicy? Government-wise, yes, it is Spicy. With 2 E's, and I did buy it, and my mom had no problem with it because she's the one that actually gave me the name. And the reason why she gave me Spicy is because she said I had a spicy temper. And the words that I say tend to get under people's skin. But I grew up because at times everything don't need to be spoke on.
Yeah, that's maturity right there.
You know? So like I tell them, I say only because I get quiet don't mean that I agree with you. It just
I need to work on that.
It wasn't easy.
Either I say it or my facial expression. I'm trying to work on my facial expression and stuff. So y'all have been tuned into the Unspoken Heart. Yes, that's Spicy Gray line, but since you're working on a computer, I said it for her. Tune in next Thursday at 5 o'clock. Special guest. Who's the special guest?
It's just gonna be me next week.
We'll
be one-on-one. I haven't thought of the subject yet.
Me, myself, and I.
Yes, me, myself, and I. Y'all get some spicy time alone next week. So we don't know what the subject's going to be about yet, but we will speak on it. A video will be uploaded to YouTube.
Yes, I'm sending it to you right now. I'm gonna get this real quick.
Yes, so y'all go to YouTube and subscribe to Spicy Great channel. Like and subscribe. This video here will be uploaded as well as the last one. You go in there, Carbella is on there already.
Okay.
2 different parts. I forgot how I got it on there though.
So I'm
Ain't
gonna have
that
to send you this, so you have to download it from on your computer and upload this.
Yes,
the
yes.
next one. Okay.
Yes.
It took forever.
So until next week, thank you so much.
Thank you for-
It's been so fun.
Thank you for having me on here. Man.
Yes. We're gonna have it back again with Nikita. Let you and Nikita do y'all little show.
Man, we were the show fussing.
She probably sit here.
Yeah, that's Mom Deuce right there.
But yeah, we're gonna be talking about more things because ever since Nikita's CD, I've been wanting to talk to you about taking the Unspoken Heart actually to a CD
That's
for the
work.
ones that's blind.
That's dope.
And I mean, you had the opportunity to hear the words. That's why I tell people if you're gonna be lost in part 2. Part 1 is the pain and struggling to heal, trying to grow. But then we get part 2, like I told my publisher, you feel the strength, you feel the love that I have for myself.
Definitely. I'm the guy to make it happen. I'm not gonna sit here and downplay that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
yeah.
fly behind the
Yes.
production and stuff on it.
Yeah, but it is gonna be an age limit to part 2, so because it gets deep.
Spicy can spicy.
But I
out the
learned
dark
how to
in the
love
book,
myself.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
And
Look at
actually,
Mr.
yeah.
Richard. Look, you even get
And also, part 2 is going to be dedicated.
you gonna be right like Zane Chronicles are.
I cannot read that book.
Well,
I'm a Scorpio and cannot read that book. It is not safe for me to read that book.
I'm gonna log
It's
out.
far from that. But part 2 will be dedicated to my son, Kayvon Scott. A lot of people do know that Kayvon is the one that had always followed me in what I'm doing with the abuse.
Definitely.
He's always encouraged and inspired me, was always there when we went to go speak, helped me with the event stuff from the beginning.
Definitely.
So I owe so much to him, so I carry him on.
Definitely.
And I know the words that he said, no matter what people do or say, Mom, don't you ever stop because you're helping people.
Definitely.
So no matter what, I'm going to keep going.
You're gonna make me cry on this show.
No,
You're not.
no, you're not going to cry. But I mean, people wonder why, I say things about my son, Kayvon. Avar the Star met him. Ray Sorrell was a big part of his life, especially when it came into a moment of putting that man part in him.
Shouts out to Avar. That's my partner. We be doing all these shows together. So.
I love Avar.
Avar get on my nerve. He called me pick with me yesterday.
Sometimes I want to just take a belt and whoop him, but I love my baby boy.
That's my dog.
Yes.
That's my dog.
But he has a special part in my heart as well. He has a lot of love for the children, as well as it's Tyrone Polk.
Yeah.
I want to give him congratulations.
Yep.
Not only been on the city, but he got some money. He was recognized for what he did.
Definitely.
I'm very proud. Got a new home.
Definitely.
And I'm not for sure because I don't want to start the wrong rumors. But I think he got a baby on the way, don't he?
No.
Well, Tyrone, I'm trying to.
I know him as an artist and what he does.
He is very, very talented. He has a big heart. I love watching him because he reaches out not just to a certain brand, but for the whole community. He's done a lot, as well as Avar, doing things for the children. And, this goes back to where I tell people, don't always look down on ones that used to be in the hood, because there's a lot of us that has had that hood in us. It's still here. But we made it out, and we're making a difference.
That's why I laugh. Look, without us, hood people, you politicians, you police officers, y'all will not have these communities.
Exactly.
You will not have a community under control.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's just bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Like, is we the reason why they respect the structure? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Exactly.
we're giving back. We at the school. And the thing about it, we're not on Facebook.
And we're not going to shut up.
Look at us. No, we're not going to do
We're
that.
going to be speaking even louder now.
Yeah, you feel me? So.
Yeah. But before we shut out, you was on Fox. Yes.
Thank you.
Tell everybody about that.
So Fox debuting this summer. Second Chance. Second Chance TV show,
Uh-huh.
and I'm the radio manager and one of the hosts of the Second Chance radio station.
Okay,
We're gonna be
okay.
set up like Breakfast Club, This Nation for Fox
Okay.
Network. We shot the intros yesterday. It's myself, Cheryl, a fitness coach and a fitness trainer for all women. She only trained women, fitting women.
Okay, okay.
For mental anxiety, all kind of just health.
So you
fitness.
can't blame it on a baby fat no more.
No, no.
You got people out there that want to help you.
We got Miss Jada Cochilli. A lot of people know her from the seasons on Bad Girls Club. Season,
Okay.
I think 12 and 13, and as an independent, well-known rapper as well.
Okay.
And we have Renato G out of California. You know what I'm saying? So we got big names out here.
Y'all doing it big.
Mr. Paul Newtall and Tiffany Newtall.
Okay.
He's from here. This is what I'm talking about. He being from here, went to LA, had a successful show, came back home and started it here.
Oh, came back.
You know
home.
what I'm saying? So and like, and I don't usually name drop, but like he's official with it. Like, you know, he got Ola Ray down here on. Oh, sorry, the legendary Ola Ray is a part of the Second Chance. Most people, she's the leading lady on Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Okay.
Ola
What are you talking
yes.
about?
Miguel Nunez, who else? Co-founder Michael Harris, you know, founder of founder of Death Row Records as well.
Okay.
So it's a lot of heavy hitters in there. So this is like really my first time talking about it on the interview.
So I know you were so excited.
I was chilling. It was pretty dope. I was like, I'm really here. You know, and I keep quiet about it. I don't really mention it too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just to even have an influence and they listen to me and take some of my ideas and apply it to them. It just let them know how down to earth and stuff they are. Right now, I'm gonna go over there right now. I gotta have another powwow meeting with them after I leave here.
All right.
You know, so definitely you heard it here first.
Yes.
On Unspoken Heart this summer, it debuts. The commercials, the intros, all the stuff debuts. The season finale of Empire. I said Empower.
Empire.
There we go. So it debuts then. So that's the biggest thing. And what I like about them for the artists, can I say this on your show?
Yes.
All the artists, independent artists that's on my radio station, Street Legend Nation Radio, I'm handpicking them.
Okay.
And sending them to Fox.
Okay.
And Fox gonna be gonna play this song around the world.
Oh, wow.
For them to get free exposure and free advertisement on the show as well.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I'm pushing the independent grind so much. So you know what I'm saying, just helping once again, reaching back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the biggest exclusives. But besides that, yo, catch me on Fox.
Yeah, y'all look out for Cedric Bellarmine, Legacy City.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Keep a watch on my post on Spicy Gray's page for the next subject for next week. Much love. Later. Thank you.
Wow.
And we out.
Look at my braids. See that? I'm fly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pose until you hit the camera. Yep, I know.